Let me congratulate the Northern California Service League for 50 years of extraordinary service. The Northern California Service League is one of the most revered and respected of all the organizations. The kind of projects that are undertaken by this extraordinary group of people represents something that makes a contribution to society that is virtually unmatched. Who else would take a 2 or 3 time loser, extend to them the opportunity for job training, new skills, work readiness, and then advocate on their behalf to gain the opportunity for productive employment? Northern California Service League, you do it. You are really the unsung heroes in the administration of every aspect of transition from non-productivity to real work. Congratulations on 50 years of extraordinary service.
Hi, I'm Delroy Lindo. I'd like to read to you a brief history of the Northern California Service League. In 1948, a person incarcerated for a misdemeanor was kept in prison in total isolation without any rehabilitation or counseling services within the city and county jails. After their release, they had no means of finding employment, and many were homeless. They had very little money and were without any supportive services, totally hopeless. How were they to become responsible, caring, productive citizens? It's documented that 90% returned to jail within 10 days of their release. Later that year, one man's efforts changed all that. Justice Raymond Peters took action and formed the Northern California Service League, the first private, non-profit agency to offer assistance to inmates, ex-offenders, and their families. The League administered the first rehabilitation to prisoners and ex-offenders to help them contend with the difficulties they would encounter back in the community. In the first year of the League's services, 75% of those released from jail participating in the counseling services did not return.
Tell me what it feels like being away from your sons.
It's rough. My oldest son, when he was a couple months old, I was here. My youngest son, I feel real bad because my youngest son, his father went to jail when he was like 3 months old. His father came home 3 weeks ago. His son didn't even know him. So I'm wondering how my son is going to trip when I come home, the youngest boy. I had planned on turning myself in 15 days before I got locked up to try to make sure I'd be home with my kids for the holidays. Now I don't know if I'm going to be home for the holidays. So it's rough. It's really hard.
Because I had to leave a child also. My daughter got a year old when I went to prison, and I had to leave her. And, many people tried to take her away from me. Her father mainly tried to take her away from me. And he succeeded, and as a result of that, I rebelled and didn't do what I needed to do to take care of getting her back. But I went back into the drugs and alcohol because I was angry with everything, just angry with everything. And I had to wait until she was 10 years old before she and I finally got back together, and she just turned 17. But, we spend a lot of time today together. And, it's not like I'm trying to make up for what happened, but I'm trying to be the best mother that I can possibly be.
When I first came in, I was doing great. I had to kick when I came in. Do you know what kicking is? When you kick it, you're on heroin, okay? And when you kick, your body goes through like an ejection period because it's not getting the dope. So it's like a withdrawal. And I didn't kick as hard as I usually. I've had to kick 8 times before. So this time I kind of was pretty good with it because I was really loaded. So I kind of slept most of the time. So now I'm doing a lot better, and I think that I won't go back to the heroin because I've kicked so many times before, and it's really hard for me, and I don't want to do it anymore. And I really miss my kids.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
How old?
21. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. My oldest is a girl, my second is a boy, my next is a girl, and my youngest is a boy. 21, 20, 18. My daughter will be 18 in October. Hopefully I'll be out for her birthday. And my youngest is 8. And I haven't seen my 20-year-old son He went to Utah 3 years ago. And I haven't seen him in 3 years, you know. And he got married, he had a baby and everything. I don't even know if he's dead or alive, you know. And that's all because of my drug abuse. I just didn't have time to find out about it. And I'm really sorry about it now, you know. And see, that's what being up in here makes you think about a lot of that stuff. And my 8-year-old, he was taken away from me in a foster home when he was 2 years old. But luckily his dad has been seeing him, you know, and he keep me, you know. I haven't seen him or physically touched him. But you know, we talk over the phone and he gives me pictures and stuff of her, right? But it's okay, I mean.
NCSL was the groundbreaker and architect of the first programs for the inmates and ex-offenders. It understood the incredible odds they faced upon release in trying to better themselves and to rejoin their communities as caring and productive citizens. NCSL believes that the person in jail is a person with problems, and given the chance to recognize this fact, he will welcome the chance to find solutions. The jail is an excellent, cost-effective intervention point. To help the inmate find these solutions, the League offers a matrix of services within the jails. Anger management classes to help them handle and direct their emotions in positive and constructive ways.
They look at me differently. They don't look at me as a convict. They don't look at me as some kid from the street. They look at me as a human being now. I've been able to get a rapport with the judge that I've been dealing with, and it's for me to step into a courtroom and the judge say, "Good morning, Mr. Reyes." It's to me, I know it doesn't mean much to other people, but to me it means a lot because it's showing respect, and then in return I respect him, and it's built some type of relationship with him, and I think that's helpful.
Counseling crisis programs are aimed at the core of their substance abuse and the disintegration of the family.
I want to put my life back together and look forward, you know. Before, I don't think, just like little kids want to hang out, play, you know, make a lot of trouble around, don't think about it, you know. But after I come to a program, take all the classes, it changed my life, you know.
And it wasn't playing.
No, I don't think I come back here no more.
You don't want to come back?
No, I don't want to come back in jail again.
So you're going to do your best not to do that?
Yeah, try my best.
The parenting classes develop the inmate's positive self-esteem, which can then be transferred to the children in the hope of achieving positive family reunions.
Yeah, my wife, she's like all happy to change. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's always like, "Dad, you're hella different, Dad."
Those who take part in the classes get the opportunity to meet with their children on Fridays. This is County Jail number 1. An intern organizes the League's poetry and artwork publications, Rose in a Cage for women, and the Can Opener for men.
Northern California Service League has a can opener, and this is given to them every month, and it's...
This provides inmates with creative outlets for their inner thoughts and feelings.
And the inmates, as long as...
The interns are also the liaison between the inmates and their employers, attorneys, families, social services, and treatment providers. We're in County Jail number 8 in the city of San Francisco. The successful post-release programs are offered after their release. NCSL's offices are located directly across the street from the jail. This is where the League's innovative and revered classes are conducted.
And we didn't really apply ourselves. We didn't really listen. Now you have an opportunity to basically just start all over again. And that's what you do.
The Life Skills Workshop, Awakening New Futures, is an intensive week-long workshop that focuses on self-esteem, communication, motivation, goal setting, conflict resolution, and the fundamentals in how to get and keep a job. Many successes are born from the tools acquired from taking this vibrant, interactive learning workshop.
After you graduate from the workshop, then the doors really open up. And you come back in the following week and you have a one-on-one with the job facilitator. At that time, he more or less looks at your resume and asks you what kind of work is it you're looking for. Now, we do have employers that work with us, and they know that we're helping ex-offenders with employment. And they're saying it's fine if they've been out there and they've done that. If they want to work today, if they want to change their life, we're willing to hire them. So we take their resume and match it to an employer who's seeking the skills that they may have, and we send them to that job site. They get hired, they keep the job. Depending on where they are in our organization, if the client needs work clothes, we can't provide work clothes. We provide tools, and we provide transportation for up to 90 days. So the workshop, the Life Skills Workshop, helps the client get their confidence back, put a closure to their past, get the job. We'll dress them for the job, help them with their tools and their transportation. We'll help them get back on their feet. You know, that's what we're here for, because we believe in the ex-offender.
I mean, this is what Cameo House is really all about. It's really bringing mothers together with their youngest children, their youngest child, and giving them an opportunity to become good parents, to gain employment, to take life skills, and to move from here into independent living. This is what it's really all about.
Rings around the rosy pocket. Yes! Woo!
No more, let's throw them away.
I had one child in particular that would come in and he would kick, he would scream, and that was like probably for the whole day. Today he comes into the nursery and it's hard to get him to leave.
I'm just really grateful for all the help that Cameo House has given me, the support. And you know, it's been many times that we've gotten together and you've comforted me when I was just unsure about things or afraid to ask. Mm-hmm. And you've made me feel a lot more confident in just being able to speak up for myself.
Yeah, so there's one client in particular, you know, that I think it's important to address her progress here at Cameo House. Her name is Latasha, and she moved into the program with 2 twin sons. Latasha, upon moving in, was a very distant, very defensive, very untrusting young woman. Since she's moved into a Cameo House, she has become very empowered. She's an advocate now for within the 9 months she's moved in here.
It's like, oh God, you know, because they've been there for me, you know, and the Cameo House is a part of me, you know, and to be where I've been and to be where I'm at now and knowing where I'm going to be 2 years from now or 5 years from now, it's like, wow, you know, who would have thought? Who would have thought that I would have made it this far? You know, and then in 2 years I'll say, dang, and I look back, I'm doing this stuff, you know. We're doing it, me and my kids, you know. I established reunification with my kids that are in Stockton. I see them on a month-to-month basis. And when I move, hopefully they'll be spending the night, you know. And right there, it's just that picture right there, you know, by itself is enough just to keep me going.
The name Cameo really is very symbolic for this program because Cameo is a plain stone that, carefully carved, becomes an exquisite silhouette of a woman. And in our minds, this is exactly what's happening to the women that live here. They become very valued members of society.
We're currently at the Children's Waiting Room at the Civil Courthouse. The purpose of this room is to provide child care for people who have business before the courts and who cannot afford child care. It also frees the courts from disturbances caused by young children. It also provides the children with a safe and positive environment. We don't want children to see their parents in handcuffs or other atrocities of the criminal court systems. This room alone served 286 children last month. This is one of 2 children's waiting rooms. We also have one at the criminal courts. Both children's waiting rooms are the product of a partnership between the San Francisco Women Lawyers Alliance and the Northern California Service League. Last year alone, the children's waiting room at the criminal courts served 1,822 children.
This is the children's waiting room at the criminal courthouse. NCSL, the builder of the bridge, for inmates and ex-offenders, offering free entrance and access to many new lands of opportunity, with new tools and support to aid each and every one of them in shaping and constructing their new lives.
Since, in the world of time, every man lives but one life, it is in himself that he must search for the secret of the garden.
Bye.